Open door policies straight up do not work, and there's something you should be doing instead. Open door policies is this wannabe awesome concept that has to do with a lot of outdated leadership thinking. So I do give the concept some credit because it was at like the forefront of leaders and businesses starting to realize that you have to somewhat care about people to have a successful business and to reduce turnover, to increase productivity and profitability, all those wonderful things that come from a people first leadership style, that come from just being a decent human in business. A lot of that has started with this concept of open door policies. So it sounds cool in theory until you realize that it doesn't really live up to what it's trying to achieve. So the idea with an open door policy is that your employees always have access to you as their leader, as their manager. They have access to you to offer them support, give them guidance, be their mentor. However, most people will not walk through that door. Most people will not take you up on the offer to have help. And most of the time, that's because people want to figure things out. Every now and again, we get a poor hire that just asks a million questions. That's a huge thing. Like when clients come to me looking for a virtual assistant, they're like, I want someone that like can Google that shit, that doesn't come to me for everything. So there is that balance, right, of figuring something out versus knowing when to ask the question. However, a lot of high achievers would prefer to not come ask you, would prefer to not show a certain kind of weakness. That's starting to go away a little bit, especially with all the mental health talks that we've seen over the years, especially post-COVID. But now, since there's a lot of layoffs, overall businesses are tightening their wallets. We're seeing employees more and more often want to be on top of their game, not want to look like they don't know something or that they're messing up on something. So your open door policy now just becomes an empty conversation because no one's walking through that door. I'll give you an example of this. My VAs, and we do more than just virtual assistant support, we do ops and process and all that fun stuff, but a big part of what we do is pairing US-based VAs with small teams. And they 100% know, I've clarified it a million times, that they can come to me with any and all questions. I am there to support them, especially if they feel like a question is too dumb to bring to a client. I've got their back. Come ask me all the dumb questions. They know that. And I also have reached out multiple times on, do you need help with this? Can I help with this? So I've walked through my own open door with them, and they know that they can come to me anytime. That being said, there's still moments where they don't take me up on that open door. So I was on a client call the other day. We're onboarding a client with a VA that has been on the team already. She is well aware of my communication style and that I am there to support her. And I am noticing, even though I'm sure the client didn't pick up on it, the VA was super friendly and nice, I'm noticing that she seems a little overwhelmed. And I end that call telling the client and the VA, if you need anything else from me, please email or call. I'm available, these times, these days, etc. Well, I didn't get any message from her. I didn't get a call. I didn't get a text. I didn't get a Slack message from her in the next few days. And I'm like, you know what? Like, I really do need to check in. And so I reached out and I said, hey, I know I've thrown a lot at you, mostly because I have been challenging her because she's totally capable. But I was like, I know I've thrown a lot at you lately. If you're overwhelmed, let me know and let me know what you need help with. And she was like, yeah, I'm definitely overwhelmed. I'm focused on XYZ. I'll reach out if I need anything. So she's still not walking through that open door, right? So then I said, you know what, let's go ahead and plan to meet on this day. Does this time work for you? And she was like, oh yeah, actually that would be great if we can go over these things. So there are times when your open door policy is clearly known to everybody and those employees are still not going to walk through it. No matter how many times you yourself have also walked out of that door and offered support and asked them the questions and been there for them, they're still not always going to come back to you. And it's your job as their manager, as this people first leader that's there to support them, it's your job to also reach out when you see that they need help and they're not asking for it. This is about actively building trust with your people, actively showing them that you are aware of what they've got going on, you're aware of what they need to succeed, and that you are there for them. I know that's a little tough to do, especially when we're at capacity, when there's a lot of things going on, but I promise you the proof is in the pudding. There's so much research behind this. I've got my own experiences to back this up, that when you pause and you slow down for your people, there's a huge benefit. And so I would encourage you to not always be go, 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 and just to be a little bit more aware of what your people might need from you, even if you've told them that you have an open door policy. All right, that's it for today's quick cast. If there's anything that you are curious about or struggling with when it comes to your people, processes, operations, delegation, anything like that, I'd love to cover it in a future Ask Me Anything quick cast episode. Find me and DM me on LinkedIn. You can look for Samantha Cordero Prestidge, or you can email my team and I at info@auxosv.com, and I'd love to dive into that for you. See you next time.